I am excited about our topic today. I'm always excited to see you guys and talk to you guys, but having our new product Luminate is got me fired up. One, because I truly love the flavor of it, and it is unique. It has a unique flavor, and I have to be honest, I was a little bit nervous. I'm like, am I going to like this or not? I'm obsessed with it. I think I could drink a couple a day. But anyway, so we're gonna take a deep dive into the ingredients. Who are we going to talk to? What are we going to say? And just kind of cover as much as we can, and then we'll pick it up next week if need be. Or we can I've put all this information as I was kind of building what I wanted to say and learning myself. I put it all on our website. It's also on the hub. A little easier to find everything on the website, but probably more comprehensive on the hub. So either or. So let's dive into the ingredients, and I'm going to challenge you guys, just get out a pencil and paper. And as we talk, I think what it's going to do as you hear the different ingredients in Luminate, I think what it's going to do is trigger people who you want to talk to. The other thing that I didn't mention is also talking about how do we post and what do we say, and getting some ideas from each other, especially from those of you who are good on social media, as well as a lot of stuff. I just saw a message from Stacy. We have a lot of stuff on boards as well. So all kinds of information. Our company has done a fabulous job providing us with information on this new product. So we are not lacking for material and assets to share. So let's jump in, and let me get over here. How did I get here, folks? Brenda, you and I talk about this when this happens, and why I cannot remember. Hold on, let me start over. Where where all of it went. Okay, here we go. Sorry, folks. Okay, there it is. Okay, we made it. Sorry. All right. So one of the things that I just kind of wanted to say before we jump in is Luminate has not been researched yet. So we need to kind of keep that in the back of our mind. So when we're talking, until we get research, which I think usually it takes about a year for them, one, to get NSF certification, as well as get some research on the product itself. So when we're talking about what our product does, I think we stick to the fact sheet and what our company has given us. But when it comes to really telling them about what is actually in the product, we can talk about what is lion's mane and what does lion's mane do for us: rhodiola, ashwagandha, cordyceps, coffee berries, sage. So when we're talking about more specifics, other than, and we'll get to their ingredients page and what Juice Plus is telling us what to say and what not to say, I think then we have to hone in on the specific ingredient. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I think distinguishing that till we really get the research and can really then state, here is what Juice Plus Luminate does for you. We kind of have to refer to the ingredients. So this is from me, this is not from the company, but what I did was go and say, okay, I want to learn a little bit about lion's mane, and what does lion's mane specifically do for us. And so if you can look, once you go to, and someone, I'm hearing some background noise, so maybe put yourself on mute. Anytime you want to say something, please feel the freedom to unmute and say something, but I'm hearing background noise. So if y'all will do that, that'd be very helpful. Okay, so let me go back on our Juice Plus website, excuse me, not our Juice Plus, but our Team Extreme website. Let me back all the way out to product information. I'll go out even further. So this is our dashboard. We come over here to product information. Remember, about a year or so ago, we went through all of the products. So they're all on here. And here is Luminate. And then now we're going to break it down into the different ingredients. So if you click on lion's mane, what I did was just copy and paste what I learned about lion's mane. Protects against dementia, could help relieve symptoms of depression, anxiety, speed of recovery from nervous system injuries, protects against ulcers, digestive tract, may reduce the risk of heart disease. And I'm going to say kudos to Anne, because Anne and I were talking last week and she was like, she was literally on when we were on the phone looking up all these different ingredients. So kudos to you for giving me the idea. Let's go ahead and dive into this product. May help fight against cancer, may reduce inflammation and oxidative stress, may boost the immune system. So lion's mane, a mushroom, has a lot of fabulous things associated with the potential of what it could do in our body. Of that, I don't know what specifically has been, obviously there's been some research if that information is out there. I don't know, as far as what Luminate does, that's a whole nother story, because it's going to be all these ingredients put together. But just knowing what all just one of those ingredients in Luminate does is pretty fascinating. The next one, rhodiola, may decrease stress, may help with fatigue, could help reduce symptoms of depression, may improve brain fog, may improve exercise performance. I got to put a plug in here right now. I just joined a gym for the first time in many years because I have to start lifting weights. I hate weights, but I thoroughly enjoyed myself today. And I walked in thinking, oh my gosh, there were like 20 other women my age in this class, thinking, I got a lot of people to talk to. So it got me fired up. But as I was sitting there, I looked at the guy who owns the gym, and he's got Spark in his gym. And all I could think about was hearing Lisa Pebble talk about our product has no synthetic ingredients, nothing that we need to be fearful of, nothing that's synthetic. And I was sitting there thinking, looking at that Spark that he recommends, thinking, oh, but do we have something that far exceeds Spark? And so when I saw that, I'm excited. I'm excited of all these people I can talk to, and especially this gym owner, of what we have to offer between Perform, Complete, and now Spark. And not Spark. Oh, what am I saying? Luminate. And so I took Luminate in my bottle. And it was really cool because when I think about working out, I think my mind and that focus and that endurance is more of a challenge to me than actually the physical aspect of it. And I really felt like it kept me engaged, it kept me focused, it kept me excited about what I was doing. So maybe it was the rhodiola working for me today that may improve exercise performance, may help manage diabetes, may have anti-cancer properties. So I love the fact that we've built this product, but it's going to, I think, exceed and go far beyond even what it was designed to do. And that's what I love about our Juice Plus products. It's our health all the way around. And so I think that's a great talking point, that this isn't just a synthetic pinpointing one thing, but it is foundation. It's plants that help us in all areas. The next one is ashwagandha. I already take ashwagandha. Ann and I were talking about this very thing, so I'll probably drop the ashwagandha supplement I've been taking and just gladly enjoy a Luminate drink every day versus taking a supplement. May relieve stress and anxiety, may lower blood sugars and fat, woohoo, may increase muscle strength, yes, I love it, may improve sexual function in women. I'm sure my husband will be excited about that. May boost infertility and testosterone levels in men, may sharpen focus and memory, and may support our heart health. So many things. Cordyceps may boost exercise performance again. So I think we've been talking so much about it being a brain performance, but how many have we looked at ingredients for, and what 3 of the 4 have talked about exercise performance also? So it's almost, to me, exciting that as I'm thinking of my own, how I'm personally going to use it, one is while I'm exercising, and then 2, using the perform after I exercise. So to me, how exciting that we have this new product. May have anti-aging properties, may have potential anti-tumor effects, may help manage type 2 diabetes. Again, that's the second or third time in regard to diabetes. Possible benefits for the heart, and may help fight inflammation, all things that our bodies need. And then Alpinia galanga. Brenda, am I saying that correctly?
Or Galanja, whatever.
Or galanja? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. Thank you, Anne. May act as microbial, can't even say that word, may act as an antioxidant, which is awesome, may show anti-inflammatory property, which, when we think about, getting smaller, when we're working out, just tighter, stronger, smaller, the older I get, the more I realize how inflammation really impacts how we look all over our bodies. So again, this is either the second or third one that talked about anti-inflammatory properties. May enhance immunity, may help protect the liver, may show anti-allergic properties. Some great things there. And then lastly, coffee berries. And we're going to talk about, this is where the caffeine that is in our Luminate product comes from. And one of the things, and we'll talk, you know what, I'm going to reserve that for when we get to the caffeine section. But as I when I was looking for all that the coffee beans do, the more I realized, actually, it really should say it's actually a fruit. And to really look at this ingredient in our ingredient lineup as a fruit, because that's truly what it is. It says, so we're not talking about the roasted coffee beans that we're also familiar with, but this is truly the coffee fruit, sometimes called coffee berries. They're rich in antioxidants, so we're getting the entire fruit, so we're getting those antioxidants. May improve cognitive health, may support your immune system, provide a healthy energy boost. For me personally, you know what I've experienced, and I kind of want to hear everyone else. I feel like what I'm experiencing is almost like an inward desire to really work, versus I don't feel like this jittery, oh my gosh, I got all this energy. I feel like I can't wait to jump in and work. Have you ever, and I guess that's that mental energy, that mental focus that sometimes I'm like, I'm just wasting my time here. I'm not getting anything done. And I think drinking Luminate has really given me that focus and that endurance to really stay on task. So that's probably what I've noticed the most personally. Support your immune system, may provide a healthy energy boost. Delicious low-calorie snack, promotes brain health, may lower blood pressure. Ooh, that's a new one. That's good. May have anti-cancer activities, again, focusing on that. And then lastly, I think this is the last ingredient, sage, which one of the things I think I'm loving about the sage being in there is the flavor. I love the flavor of the sage because I think it makes it, I'm not this huge sweet drink. I don't like drinks to be really sweet. So I think the sage brings out, just kind of balances out the flavor and makes it quite unique. High in several nutrients, loaded with antioxidants, may support oral health, may ease menopause symptoms, may reduce blood sugar levels. Again, on the blood sugar levels, love that. May support memory and brain health, may lower bad LDL, and may protect against certain cancers. So those are just all those things that I have to the side. I tried to put may in front of it because I don't have any research to cite. I'm just saying what I found on the internet. All right, so I'm going to go back before we jump into a comparison chart, since we kind of talked, I think probably the biggest question that, and we're going to come back over here to the fact sheets and to the Q&As, but since we talked about the coffee berry, I feel like probably the biggest question, or maybe the pushback that we get, might be in the area of why did Juice Plus choose to have caffeine in their product? And so let's just dive into that first and foremost and just kind of see what Juice Plus had to say about this. One of the things I think that I would keep in mind is 93% of adults consume caffeine every day. So even though there will be, and maybe even some people on this call say, hey, for this, that, or the other, either I don't consume caffeine or I have whatever situation that I'm not going to consume caffeine. That is fine. But I think knowing that 93% of people are going to do it, why not have a healthy alternative to it? And so we have a healthy alternative to 93% of Americans who are going to consume caffeine in some way. Why not do it in a healthy way? So they talked about there, I'm going to encourage you and direct you to this point to kind of read through, but just from a caffeine effect standpoint, one is, I think, the thing for me when I think about, I kind of equated it to sugar. Do I eat sugar? I do. I try not to that much, but I do. But I don't not consume fruit because there's sugar in fruit. And that was kind of the same way I looked at this. Now, I don't have a problem with caffeine. I don't drink a lot of it. I drink about a cup a day, but I think I kind of looked at this in the same way. If someone pushes back, it's just say, I look at it the same way as fruit. This is going to have whole plants in it. And one of those plants, the coffee beans, will have caffeine coming from a natural source, like I would eat fruit with sugar in it. I'm going to do the same with this. And so, it's not going to be for everyone, but it is going to be for the majority of adults are going to drink caffeine. So it says caffeine is a natural stimulant that eases mental fatigue and increases mental energy. I have to say, I feel that mental energy much more with the Luminate than I actually do in my coffee, to be honest. People have consumed caffeine for nearly 5,000 years, starting with tea in China. 93% of Americans consume caffeine every day. According to the FDA, healthy adults can safely consume up to 400 micrograms of caffeine daily. And so I believe this, and we'll see on our comparison sheet, I think you get 80 from Luminate. And then lastly, most people underestimate the amount of caffeine that can be safely consumed a day. So there's a little bit of facts. You can read a little bit more about their thought process, why we choose to include caffeine in Juice Plus Luminate. Alertness, attention and focus, mental clarity, working memory, energy, tiredness, and mood, and the impact that that has on all of us. It says natural caffeine is found in coffee beans, tea leaves, cacao beans, berries, whatever that is, and then yerba mate leaves. And so then it's kind of just showing the different areas. So if you kind of feel like you're going to get pushback in this area, or maybe personally or kind of questioning, I would direct you to this page. It says Juice Plus illuminates clean and green caffeine. So the caffeine in Juice Plus Luminate comes from coffee berry. We use the whole fruit, including bright red cherry, as well as the coffee bean inside it. Why it's better, it's whole coffee fruit. So I love using, and I think that will help distinguish when talking to people between coffee beans that have been roasted versus the raw whole coffee fruit. Our caffeine comes from coffee berry extract, which is carefully extracted to optimize the naturally occurring caffeine and antioxidant phytonutrients present in the whole fruit. Sustainable, our coffee berry is grown on the family-owned farms and picked by hand in an eco-friendly process. Upcycled, our coffee berry extract is made from coffee fruit, normally discarded in coffee production, which allows for less waste, supporting our planet and more nutrition. And I think, you know, as people become more and more aware, I think having a cleaner and cleaner product, a product that just like that, we use the whole plant, I think is huge when communicating. And then less bitter. And I would agree to that. No bitterness to this drink whatsoever.
Elaine,
Yes.
can I just jump in real quick? Something that I think really
Yeah,
benefits
100%.
process. You know, if people do the research on how coffee is actually made, it actually has so many not good things in it, like mold, and the process of coffee beans is done so differently than what you're talking about. And I think that's a huge factor for a lot of people, that they don't realize the toxins that are involved with the coffee bean versus the coffee fruit.
I love that.
Massive, really it is.
Good. Karen.
Well, yeah, while we're on that subject, maybe you know the answer to this, Anne. Because of my cystitis, interstitial cystitis, I'm not supposed to have caffeine because it's acidic. But is that acidity caused by the roasting, or is
Yeah,
it?
it's caused by
Okay.
the how coffee is use the word again, processed. So when you eat the fruit, it's actually alkaline versus the coffee when it goes through the process, which is very acidic.
Thank you.
And
You're welcome.
remind us, Karen, what did you just say that hindered you from caffeine? What was
Interstitial cystitis. It's one of the autoimmune things I have. It's
Okay.
the inflammation of the bladder lining, and you can't have acidic foods. That's why my diet was so limited. Right now I can only not I don't do caffeine anyway, but have sensitivity still to vinegar and onions. But everything else I've been able to incorporate back in since Juice Plus.
But you do the fruits on the fruits and vegetables, right?
Correct, and had no
Okay.
trouble.
There you go. Okay.
It would be interesting. I don't know if you want to be the guinea pig, Karen. But it'd be interesting to see if you have any effects from this.
Yeah, well, I ordered my box. It should be here Wednesday.
Okay, well, keep us posted.
I will.
Elaine, what I love about this too is I think it's calm energy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel jittery because I don't drink. I don't, hardly ever consume caffeine. I've never been a coffee drinker, but I think it's mental clarity and it's calm energy, and that makes me. And I think it's quick. It's not.
Yes.
You don't have to wait a while. You feel that pretty soon after drinking it. I just started this before we started, and I mean, it's amazing. I'm excited about it.
And I'm trying to see how long it actually lasts. Which I'm kind of trying it at different times and just kind of seeing how long it lasts. But okay, so and here's what it says: caffeine sensitivity to start slow. 3 out of 4 people who take Juice Plus Luminate do not get the jitters after taking the product. However, some people have a natural sensitivity to caffeine or develop one over time. If you're caffeine sensitive, try taking 1 stick or even a half a stick of Juice Plus Luminate in the morning and see how you feel. So here's just a little more, I think that might be the last page. Yeah. So if you want to hone in, I would encourage each one of you. It took me a while. There is a lot of information on this product. So it did take me several hours preparing for this call, and I didn't even read everything. I tried to kind of get everything in one place for us. So I would encourage you guys to, just take some time, jump in here, either here or on the hub, and just kind of dive in. And here's a comparison, which if you look, I mean, I think too, we can talk about the cost, which I thought was, I love that they had this here. Coffee shop drinks. So they're comparing coffee shop drinks between $3.29 and $4.45. Do they have what Luminate is? Does anyone know off the top of their head? I want to say it's
287.
287. All right. So getting that, I'm gonna put that up on my piece of paper. Let me go back to what we said earlier. Think about who can you be talking to? Who, as we're talking, who's coming to mind? So what'd you say, Ann, everyone?
I said everybody needs more mental clarity in today's world.
I know. And here's what I was interested. I was actually thinking about this. I'm sorry, I'm getting us off track, but I drank that as I was working out today. And I was glad because this trainer was like, I need you to do this, this, and this. And he would show me 4 or 5 things, and then he'd walk away. And I'm like, I'm glad I did drink that. Keep me focused on exactly what he told me to do. But even when I was driving home, I was thinking about, I still felt what I had been, and I still kind of feel it. And I drank it, gosh, several hours ago. So I still feel like it's still working. So it'd be interesting to see how long it lasts. Okay, back to what we're talking about. Coffee drinks, $3 to $4. Energy drinks, $1.89 to $2.99. And then some brain supplements, 60 cents all the way up to $6. So I think it falls right in line. And so I think if anyone balks on the price, I think we go back and remind them, hey, are you doing any of these 3 things? We're right in the middle of the pack when it comes to, from a cost standpoint.
And you're not going to need to add sugar. And I'm a sweet girl. I mean, I love
Yeah.
sweet, but it's plenty sweet. And you
is.
can drink it hot or cold, which I love, without it affecting anything.
I
Did
know.
I'm looking at the computer and it says single order is 45 and that's 15 packs,
Mm-hmm.
Or you
And
can get a
then-
30 pack.
which is 78.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so basically $78 for a month. But here's the thing. What I'm going to do is I do drink organic. It's the only kind of coffee I drink. A client of mine makes it, so I know how it's made. But I'm going to do every other day of my coffee and do the Luminate every other day and see the changes. And because then you can gradually start to feel it. My goal is to get off coffee.
Mm.
Just saying.
Okay, you just reminded me of what I was thinking about when I was driving back from the gym was, I was just wondering if the consumption of this, like Juice Plus, we know as we take Juice Plus, we are building our whole body. I'm wondering if consuming this every day, is it just for that period of time? Or is this literally building, protecting my brain in the future? Does anybody know the answer to that? Is it just in the middle of it? Or am I, because I'm constantly putting this in my brain, literally protecting in my brain from a long-term standpoint? Anybody heard that? Anything on that topic?
Well,
If you go,
everything
yeah,
else,
I'm
everything
sorry.
else we do does cross the blood-brain barrier. So I feel like this is going to be a cumulative effect, just like the Juice Pluses. Why would it be any different, right? Because everything's a plant that we're consuming. Look what's happened with the people on this call, with their life and getting off of medications and all that. So I do believe it's 100% cumulative.
What were you gonna say, Karen?
In the frequently asked questions segment, they addressed that.
Did they? What did they say?
Well, they just said that the products are 2 different things. One is for a foundational health and the other is for a specific thing, but they didn't say that it was cumulative.
I know, that's interesting. Gosh, I hope so.
Maybe
That-
there's not enough research with it yet to say it's cumulative, but we know Juice Plus is cumulative. Does it say Juice Plus is cumulative? I've never seen that.
Yeah, but no.
Does it? Yeah.
Well, I know it is for me. It was, and it
Oh,
just
yeah.
got better and better.
You were the one I was referring to. You're an amazing story.
And Brenda,
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but I'll take all the brain protection and brain power I can get. So,
It's to me, it's
um,
just like Juice Plus. I'll take it every day of my life. I'll never go.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think not having to add that sugar, that is amazing. That's not aspartame, none of those artificial things, because
Mm.
it's plenty sweet. And I'm a sweet girl. I like sweet, but
Well,
I
kind
like
of back
that
to
it's,
go ahead,
oh,
Karen.
I was just gonna say, I like that it was from the nectar of the flower of the coconut. It's not
Yeah.
for allergy purposes, it has nothing to do with, it's not an allergen. So if people are allergic to coconut, they can have this because it's the nectar of the coconut flower.
Ooh, good point, Karen.
Mm.
Karen, looks like you've done your research.
Well, I went on that call that they had because I missed conference, of course, and it was an amazing call. They just went into such detail, and I've got a gazillion pages of notes from it.
Well, maybe we'll stop here. Let me finish this and then we'll stop here and we'll get your notes because I didn't drink my Luminate. Luminate. I got halfway through and Brenda sent me a text. She goes, "Where are you on the call?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot to get on the call." So I missed the part when they really went into the details. So I'm going to finish this section. And Karen, let's hear from you once I'm done, what you got from the notes from the call. It says Juice Plus Luminate, the best of both worlds, tasty plant-based drink. And that's what I love that we can say there is no synthetic properties. It is plants. We stick with the plants. Back to Anne's point, I love that, is that's what plants do. They build our bodies. Mix that provides numerous cognitive benefits such as enhanced mental clarity. So these are the things we can say: enhanced mental clarity, increased mental energy, better focus, concentration, heightened awareness, and improved working memory. Ask yourself, when it comes to your brain, do you want a unique plant-based formula or an energy drink with questionable ingredients? What sounds better, a smooth boost and pleasant lift from a plant-based formula or jittery effects of a highly caffeinated beverage? And then, are you seeking rapid results or are you willing to wait weeks or months? And it says Juice Plus Luminate takes the effect within 60 minutes. So back to your point, Brenda. So I think here, back to when we're asking people questions, those are 3 great questions, I think, when talking to people. Juice Plus contains just 2 grams of sugar per serving. It's made from plant-based ingredients, unlike energy drinks, which often contain lots of sugar, synthetic flavors, and weird colors that are not seen in nature. In a blind survey, 79 consumers, 73% reported that Juice Plus Luminate did not give them the jitters. Juice Plus Luminate takes effect within 60 minutes. And then here's a cool little chart that I think, would be great to post. I think also, yeah, just to print out and have have available to share with people. So when I say our company did a phenomenal job when it comes to providing us with great talking points, with visuals, I mean, they really did knock it out of the park. All right, we're at 38 minutes, so I'm going to stop and let me see where we landed. I'll come back and let's pick it up next week because I want to talk about who we're going to talk to, what are we going to say, and let's build our contact base. And as well as, so next week, let's finish talking about the assets that we have to work with. Also talk about who we're going to talk to and what are we going to say. So we're going to hit those 3 areas next week. I would love though, let me stop share. Okay. Karen, let's hear I'm going to turn it over to you because it sounds like you really picked up a lot of information from that call. So let's hear what you learned and from your notes too.
Okay, well, a lot of it was what you've already covered with the adaptogens and the nootropics and all, the ingredients and what they did. And then talked about the results that about 91% had positive impact on their day. 89% were more focused, 90% were less mentally tired, 89% were more mentally energized, and 94% felt that they achieved more tasks. And you had already mentioned the 73% with no jitters. Then I mentioned the coconut nectar, which I thought was really interesting. That's a great talking point because there's no sugar. I mean, it's nectar from a flower. I mean, you can't get any more natural than that. And I can't wait to get mine because they said it has the flavors of mango and blueberry. And so I can't wait to taste it. They talked about that it wasn't for pregnant or nursing women just because of the caffeine content. And the non-tested herbs. But they mentioned that it was RAS, recommended as safe. Is what they're basing all the information on, the ingredients, that it's recommended as safe. All of the ingredients in there. So they do have their own research individually, but it's just not Juice Plus research yet. And the resources, go ahead.
Is it NSF certified?
Yeah.
Not yet. They've
It'll
applied
take
for
a
it.
year, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they've applied for it. But they mentioned that the resources were in the hub. You go to the Luminate banner and then to resources, and then there's the fact sheets, which Elaine just showed us all, and the frequently asked questions in the competition, which you showed that chart. They also said that you could order sample cards to pass out to people. I guess they sold out at conference. And
they're
they said-
really, I'm gonna say something about that. They're really cute. So it's like a trifold that you open up and it tells all about Luminate. Then you a little pocket to put the little, there, Sandy's got it.
Sandy's got one, yeah.
Hold them up a little bit higher, guys. So they see that little pocket in the middle. I never got any.
And then you
But
can-
those are adorable to give those out as a sample.
Yeah. So they also said that partners can, as of last Thursday, could order theirs. And so I, of course, ordered mine. And then the launch was the 18th for regular customers. But what I did was Stacey Whitmer also got on the call and she was talking about the information she put on boards. Well, there's talking points. There's like whole conversations. So I took that, copied it, and I adapted it to every one of my customers. And I personally last Thursday wrote to past, present, and future customers to get, and I've got a whole list of pre-orders with credit cards already for Thursday. So
It is
I mean,
awesome.
I'm stoked about this. And I've not even tried it. But you know what? I think as an added point, I think it's such a good price point for people that don't want to invest in Juice Plus. You could get a ton of Luminate customers, and that's why I was asking earlier, what's the points for the 15 and 30? I don't know what that is.
Let me go back here. And I have
37 and something.
So here's Luminate.
Okay.
So 35, product volume. So 35 for 15.
And 70. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
It's basically $3 a pack. I just bought the 30 and I bought the 15. And it's a $12 difference. It's actually cheaper to buy the month than it is the 15.
Yeah. But kind of back to being like you
No,
said.
it's cheaper to
like-
buy the, yeah, that's right. Sorry.
The 30, yeah.
So do you recommend that people take this daily?
I mean, I think, back to Ann's point, I'm like you, Ann. I pay a good penny I do a mushroom coffee and it's not cheap. And I'm thinking the Juice Plus Juice Plus Luminate has pretty much everything in it plus some. So I'm kind of like you thinking maybe I'll just gradually do away with that. The only bad thing is I like drinking my complete inside my mushroom coffee. So I'll probably just do but
I'm thinking about cost. the cost. You're going to save if you're buying both, you're paying a lot. But if you can wean off the coffee, you're going to save money not buying the coffee.
Yes,
And-
exactly.
And you're getting 100% clean product.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
Any other thoughts or questions before we wrap up? Yes, Sandy.
I just wanted to say, if you missed it, what I liked about the hub, I believe it was in the insights, it tells you exactly what to say and what not to say. So say this, don't say this. And you can download that. It's kind of a screen slide presentation.
And I pretty much pulled everything from, let's see here, the do's and don'ts. So that's what you're talking about. So it kind of gives you what they want you to say and what they don't want you to say.
This is that's kind of what I was going to ask. This is Shelley. What are we calling it exactly? Like, do we call it an energy drink?
Let's
We,
see.
we
called it-
refer to it as Juice Plus Luminate. They want you to say Juice Plus Luminate.
They
Oh, right there
also
it is.
said on,
When talking
okay, go ahead, Sandy, sorry.
when talking about the product, please use the full registered name of the product. What we do say, Juice Plus Luminate. Don't, when talking about the product, do not shorten its name. And what we don't say is Luminate.
I think what Shelley was referring to, if I'm right, you're talking about, are we gonna, is it a focus mental
Right. Like if someone
versus
says,
an
well,
energy drink?
yeah, we have Luminate, and then they're going to go, well, what is it?
Well,
Right.
they did cover that in the call. They said that
Okay.
it's called a brain supplement. And while they chose to call it a supplement is because they wanted to list all the ingredients and because of how good they were. So that's why they didn't do it as a food.
That's weird.
And I know back to, I guess I've got this on my brain because I felt it while I was working out, that I think, because Shelley, I know Sandy used to, before Juice Plus, used to do the Spark, and she and I have had conversations. I don't know,
Yeah.
Sandy here today. I do think it plays a role. I mean, as much as those ingredients, as what we saw, kept referring to exercise performance also. I think I mean, I know we're not, supposed to call it that, but I think it also plays a role from that degree as well. Is that kind of what you were asking?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody know how much of each ingredient is in the product? Is there a list or is it proprietary?
I have not seen that yet. Has anybody else seen that? There's
The
so
re-
much.
The reason I'm asking is Forbes Health, which a lot of people refer to in the supplement world, even though Juice Plus is a food, which I wish they called this a food and not a supplement. It's kind of contradictory, but it does tell you, it documented research on ashwagandha.
Hmm.
So there is some documented pieces to what we're taking, but I understand that they're waiting a year. I get that, but it's not like this is unproven
Right.
supplement.
They did
Yeah.
say on the call the other night that certain things they weren't going to say because they didn't want anyone to copy it. No, I don't know if that was exactly it or not.
Yeah,
So.
they also said that along that same line, Shelley, they said that it was, I need some right now. My brain just went.
I do too.
They said that it was, what were we talking about just before that? It'll
The
come back.
The
Benefit.
amount of ingredients. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes, the amount of ingredients. Yeah, they said that that it's, again, just like the capsules, it's the synergistic effect. It doesn't matter about the amount.
mm.
Good
It's the
point.
synergistic effect of all of it together.
whole
Okay,
food.
see, it came back to me.
Well, I said whole food. It's not whole food, it's plants, which I think I just kind of, as I was watching, not this past time before last, when we did Level Up, and I was listening to, what's his name? He's married to the husband and wife team. Oh gosh. Sean Myers. And he talked about, he really goes into plant powders is what Juice Plus is. And, you know, these are all plants. And I think that's where we keep honing in on. And I think we've scratched the surface of all the plants that are out there and what all those plants will do. And I think Juice Plus is primed and positioned to just continue to blow that out of the water. And I think I think this is the first of our products that we can see we're entering into that world of plants that people may not even be familiar with. And we're learning what it actually will do for our body. And, you know, if you believe in God and creation, he talks about all the plants and that they're good for our health and what we were given to eat and to consume. And we probably just begin to scratch the surface of what we consume. And so this, to me, I'm so pumped and excited about this product. And next week, and I look at this, we're 50 minutes in, and I said we're going to try to keep these at 30 minutes. Let's jump in next week. I want everyone, here's some homework. You know, I don't want us to get off this call without some homework. I want you guys to go either to the hub or to our Team Extreme website, same information. I want y'all to do some research of your own, because when you look at it, you read it, you've heard it, then you read it, it's going to sink in. And let's really beef up our knowledge on Luminate, Juice Plus Luminate. So that's number one, beef your knowledge up, get in there and learn. Number two is come back next week exactly like Karen did. Thank you for being our star student, that you've already reached out to your customers. And let's talk about, you know, what are you saying? What are you going to say? Maybe we can get Karen. Karen's a great wordsmith. So you can maybe somehow, someplace, share some of your verbiage. We'll also go pull it, but really have your verbiage down, your list down. Who am I going to reach out to? You know, or who have I reached out to this week? And then the last thing, so we're going to learn about it. We're going to focus on our verbiage. We're going to have a list. And then the last thing is, let's all post. And that is me, who hates to post on social media. Let's all create several posts, post at least one post about it. And then let's come back and let's share what they look like. Okay. And what you said, and we'll learn and pull from each other. And let's really attack this, and let's maximize it as a team, and let's get good at sharing Luminate with people. We never know the people we're going to reach. This product may reach that maybe all of our other products wouldn't reach. So, all right, as my friend Katie Sparkman says, let's giddy up, folks. We got a lot of people to talk to this week. So,
Well,
all
again, Elaine, again,
Yes.
if your customers are on Here's to Your Health, I'm going to be posting on there today about we can pre-order for them, that if please get back to your Juice Plus representative if you're ready to pre-order. Because I think that's powerful, you know, knowing that they can be the first ones. And I've been calling it a plant-based healthy energy drink, or plant-based healthy drink that gives me a lot of energy is how I said it. So I think
Okay. So I think that's another thing, is learning, all of us working on our own verbiage of how do we share it, what feels comfortable, what rolls off our tongue, making sure it's with the do's and don'ts, you know, so that when we share it.
What you've noticed too.
Yes, yes. All right, I'll send out a list of our homework. We got a lot of homework this week.
How about buy the product, Elaine? We all need to buy some and try it.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, Ann. We need, there we go. Okay, we got about 8 things here that I'm going to write down of our homework. So we got lots to do, you guys. So thank you for being on the call. I'm going to challenge you guys. Let me see a show of hands if you have partners on your team. All right, I think just about everyone's hand is on here. Now put your hand down. How many people on this call have a partner on your team who's on this call today? All right. Let's make sure we get our people on these calls so that they can learn. I mean, we have a new product. When we added the omegas, it really boosted our PV. So let's make sure our people know how to talk about this. And if they aren't on here and can't be on here, then I'm gonna post the link and let's get this link to them so that they learn about the product and can truly speak it well. Okay, next week. So I expect us to have, we have 16 on here, so we should have 32 next week. Everyone bring one new person next week. All right, have an awesome week, you guys. Thanks for being on the call. Thank you for being faithful. And let's go sell some Luminate, Juice Plus Luminate. All right, have a great week, everyone.
Elaine, thank you for all the research. That was huge.
That was
Thank you.
great.
Absolutely. My
Real-
pleasure. I'm trying.
Elaine, real quick, do we know if that, the call from